Hello, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back to my video. And so today we're going to review an article summary. And there is like 10 article summary that we're going to discuss in this video. So let's start to the first article, and the title is How Does Artificial Intelligence Empower EFL Teaching and Learning Nowadays? A review on artificial intelligence in the EFL context. So this article is talk about how AI or artificial intelligence is changing English learning, and the author is using method quantitative and qualitative method and over like 200 studies using both numbers and expert opinions. And it turns out that AI tools like chatbots, essay sorters, and translation software can make English learning much more easier and more interactive. And however, some advanced systems is still have problems and need some improvement. And this article is also helpful for teachers and researchers who want to use AI, but the weakness is the language is a bit too technical and hard for beginners to understand it. And the second article is the challenge of EFL teachers in technology integrated learning in the Society 5.0. And in this article is talking about how challenges in English teachers face when using technology in a modern digital society. And it looks at studies from 2022 and to 2022. 2020 and 2022. So there's so many teachers even in advanced countries like Japan is don't feel fully prepared to use technology in their classrooms, and they still need more like training and support. And this article is help us understand that technology alone isn't enough, and the teachers is need proper guidance too. And while the research gives strong data, the weakness is only focused on teachers in one Indonesian city, so it may not apply to everyone in the whole global universe. And the third article is Teaching and Learning English as a Foreign Language, and it gives like a general view of how English is taught and learned. And this article doesn't include new research, but instead it gathers ideas from previous studies. And the author is explaining that teachers should mix different methods to support learning and pay attention to how students responded. And it's useful for understanding basic teaching strategies, but it doesn't offer anything new because it just repeats what others have said in others article. And the fourth one is the implementation of EFL curriculum in Indonesia, a literature review. So this article is focused on how the English curriculum is applied in Indonesian schools, and it explains that when schools use a scientific approach like asking questions, encouraging discussion, and letting students take part, learning becomes more meaningful and active. And the study is based on older research, so while it gives good insight and advices to us, it doesn't bring in new data or fresh examples again. And in the fifth article is an overview of grammar translations methods, effect on EFL teaching and learning. So the topic of the article is the grammar translation method or GTM, and this is an old way of teaching where students mostly translate sentences from English into their native language or first language. And the author is look at 5 online studies and found that while GTM still works in some situations, but it's better to mix it with other teaching methods because it doesn't really effective. And this article is useful for teachers choosing how they want to teach, but it's limited because it's only used like 5 sources and doesn't go very deep inside the topic. And the sixth article is teachers practice of reflective teaching in EFL classroom. So this article is like explore how teachers use reflections to improve their teaching, and the researchers is like interviewed and gave questionnaires to EFL teachers, and they found that when teachers write in journals, ask for students' feedback, or review their lessons, they become better at their jobs. And reflective teaching is helps teachers grow and make smarter choices in the classroom. And this article is also give a clear data and real examples, but it only includes teachers from Medan, so we don't know if it works the same elsewhere. And the seven articles is EFL English as a foreign language, students' perception about the effectiveness of learning reading by using electronic books. So it focuses on students and how they use ebooks for learning to read in English. So the study using method that including 40 high school students and use surveys to understand their habits. And it found that using ebooks is helps students read more flexible and build stronger reading skills, especially when they use smart strategies. The article is easy to understand and has helpful visuals, but again it only study one school level, which is limits its the result. And the eighth article is the role of technology in facilitating EFL learning, a case study approach. So it looks at how technology helps university students learn English, and the researchers is use like interviews, surveys, and classroom visits with students and teachers. So most people like using digital tools because they make learning is more easier and more fun. But the article also points out problems like poor internet, lack of devices, and different skill levels with tech. And these articles is give real classroom examples, but some parts are hard to read, and the technical issues is affected the study. And the ninth article is the learning strategies used by EFL students in learning English. And the authors is compare how successful and less successful students learning English. And they gave questionnaires to 40 high school students, and they found that students who think about how they learn using planning, checking, and self-reflection is tend to do better. This article shows how important it is to use learning strategies, and it might make us think about how we learn too. And the article is clear and helpful, but just like others, it only focuses on a small group of students. And finally, the last articles, and the title is Learning Style in Learning Pronunciation of EFL Learner, a case study. And it tells the story of one student's experience learning pronunciation. The student is used three techniques. First is listening to English music, second is watching English movies, and the third one is reading books out loud. So this is fun and simple ways help improve his pronunciation. And the articles gives a lot of details and it's easy to follow, but it only studied one person, so we can be sure the same strategies would work for others people. So now that we have looked at all 10 articles, what connects them? Even though that topics that I choose are different, like from AI to grammar, from reading to pronunciation. For me, they all share one big idea: is effective English learning depends on choosing the right approach for the right person or situation. So, like some articles is focused on technology like AI and ebooks, and others look at teaching methods like GTM or reflective teaching, and some explore student strategies such as how learners plan, reflect, or practice speaking, and a few talk about how education systems are curriculate or designed. But all of them agree that there is no one fits all solution to learning English, and every learner and teacher is different. What works in one classroom may not work in another, and one student may succeed using music and movies, while another may need structure and planning. And teachers might benefit from digital tools, but only if they're trained to use them well. Technology is powerful, but it's only part of the solution. And the real success in EFL is comes from understanding the needs of the people involved and being flexible enough to adapt to it. And thank you for listening. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.